The next step is going to be on what it takes to actually maximize these relationships. Going to that point where you hear a lot of people throw around, let's augment performance, or let's even make humans better at what they do. Well, here is the ultimate test case for automation. Are you using your technology to make that happen? Now, the first thing you want to look at are let's say you have your agents on high value work. Which aspects of those high value calls tend to require a lot of effort? As an example, you're now having customers deal with very complex travel bookings you're having your agents deal with complex travel bookings for corporate clients. There's a lot of data you have to look into, there's staffing restrictions, there's all this information that really impacts those bookings. Looking that up in the existing knowledge base may be very tricky. They may have to look at 30 different screens. They may have to consult different guidelines for how to book for this company. This is all stuff that distracts from the agent's ability to connect with this client. And so you want to identify those, because once you start to really emphasize augmentation, you need to get rid of these problematic tasks. You also want to look at the aspects of high value work that have the biggest impact. So is there a certain aspect of the experience, be it maybe you can proactively guess why the customer is calling, maybe you can use their name, maybe you could reference some personal qualities, whatever it is for your business, understanding in these more in-depth interactions what really moves the satisfaction needle, what makes that customer happy, and then how can you use your tools and data to put that in the agent's hand? Can you streamline a screen pop that will give them what they need from the knowledge base? Can you give them all the personal details about this customer so that they're also able to perform? Now, the one point I really want you to remember here is that it's very easy to start to look at these benefits and get excited. How much would your customer support agents love a more streamlined desktop that pops knowledge base entries for them automatically? That would be awesome. They would appreciate it, and you should pursue that. But why stop there? Why just focus on the transactional support aspects of what you're doing when you can really start to look at future value and ways to even expand beyond what you're doing right now? There are a lot of service and sales opportunities that come from having more data at your fingertips, that come from having better trained, more capable, more focused agents. So understanding how you can use your automation tools to also allow agents to do more than they ever could, that's going to be very valuable there. And then, of course, you just want to look at the quality of your data. There's no sense in giving people an advanced screen pop or predictive insights or sentiment analysis if you have out-of-date records or you don't have a 360-degree view of your customers. So in order to use augmentation tools, you have to make sure you have the right data and records to look up.
Great, thanks, Brian. And to your point about being able to supplement an agent's ability through tools and technologies as it particularly relates to sales, which is a hugely important piece for us and for all companies, by the way. And I think sales is one thing that we know there's a huge emotional and human connection to. I thought I'd go through a case study of this, if you don't mind. In this case, this is an airline that offered its private label credit card to customers that called in to the airline, whether it was for a flight change or cancellation, baggage inquiry, or complaint for that matter. At the end of the call, the service agent made the offer for its private label credit card and then transferred to another desk for conversion and close. In the past, the service representative used their own discretion as to when to make the offer. It was a hit and miss, right? There wasn't any tracking of the offer, whether it was made, the disposition. Not every agent made the offer, and in many cases, the offer shouldn't have probably been made when it was made. There's no real qualification. As a result, you can well imagine there was low transfer and subsequently low application conversion. Through the use of automation tracking, offer rate performance, subsequent interaction analytics, and then artificial intelligence, they were better able to understand when to make an offer and when not to, using caller ID, caller profiles, previous interactions, what people were calling for, etc. This information was served up to the service rep, who then enables them to make the right offer at the right time. It also was served up to their coaches, who were able to coach them better. But this wasn't just about appropriate targeting. It also, by the way, made the service rep feel more successful and fulfilled. And this is kind of that I think, a really great example of the balance between the human consequence of automation, when we can make the individuals who are key to this transaction feel more empowered, feel more successful, and therefore, by the way, pass that on to their customers, right? Obviously, a happier agent makes for a happier customer. Interestingly, by the way, not only did transfers and conversions go up, but interestingly, offer rates went up by about 8% as service reps got more comfortable and successful in making the offer.